Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is Leonard Clark. I'm broadcasting live via YouTube from Phoenix, Arizona, and this is the evening of Sunday, March 22nd of the year 2015. I just want you to know I'm sorry about not giving quicker updates, letting you know exactly what's going on. I've been quite busy. I don't get paid to do what I do like most of you as activists. We're just concerned about what's happening in our state of Arizona, and whether it's at a city council level, school board level, or especially right now as with the Arizona legislature. So I just wanted to let you know a few key things that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm sure most of you are also. Legislation dealing with the police and body cameras. There's a horrible law, I believe, put out by a Senator Smith over in the Arizona State Senate, making it, they're going to try to make it so that the public cannot know the identities of officers for 90 days. They're therefore eliminating or weakening greatly the public's trust that we have in our law enforcement whenever an alleged crime or alleged act of violence or violence occurs, or death on the part of a police officer doing that to another person. So that's what we're keeping our eyes on. It looks like it could pass. SB 1445, specifically the one for the 90-day mandate, if it passes, where police officers' names would not be allowed to be out there. But the public needs to know these things. And we have groups that are also watching it. We had a group that I had the honor of seeing out there, and basically they say, just let people know, kill SB 1445. That's in Arizona, the state senate here in the 52nd legislature. We've also got other things going on. There's so much craziness that they're doing ever since, and by they I mean the right-wing extremists in the Republican Party, and unfortunately a few bad apple Democrats, but by no means the majority who are good and, quote, real Democrats who actually don't backstab us when they get elected. But ever since they passed the budget, there's another, I couldn't believe the gumption, the chutzpah, if you will, of the Republicans. I believe Rusty Bowers in the Arizona legislature is helping these, playing the sympathy card on a striker bill, mind you, after the budget, telling us that we had to cut back on our funding for our children and their education, cutbacks for poor people. Rusty Bowers was there with his friends from the petroleum industry and the gas stations, playing the sympathy card to extend a tax that's worth hundreds of millions. It may not sound like much, a penny tax, but when Governor Brewer actually tried to get it and did get it, she had to fight really hard just to get a penny tax for education. And by no means did I consider Senator Brewer a moderate, that's for sure. I actually tried to recall her. But so this is what's going on at the legislature. You have the police bills, the anti-solar legislation, and again the tax for the gas stations. As I was stating, I was letting you know about Rusty Bowers and the legislature helping them out. Now the gas station owners on a striker bill now are going to get, it looks like, a penny tax worth hundreds of millions of dollars for them, because we must have a sympathy card played for them. So essentially, brothers and sisters, they're telling us they have to cut back, yet they're giving an extension for a tax for gas station owners who are warned and told that, hey, you better get insurance if your gas tanks are leaky. But in my opinion, who felt like, hey, when they were warned back in 2006, hey, the state of Arizona is going to continue to pay it. Now you might be worried, brothers and sisters, what happens if we don't extend the tax for the gas station owners to help them pay back or to fix their leaky tanks? Well, the state and federal government kicks in funding automatically, and unfortunately, yes, these gas station owners might lose their business or their land because of a faulty gas tank and their negligence after being warned repeatedly not to get the insurance. Being warned repeatedly, to get the insurance, to cover their gas tanks if they were leaky. So anti-solar legislation, the police, plenty of craziness, passing of legislation to say that the state of Arizona doesn't have to follow executive orders by the President of the United States. So these are just some of the things. And by the way, that tax they want to give to the for the gas stations and the oil companies here for Arizona is H. Bill 2636. You just have some real extremist folks up there who seem to want to have a civil war. They claim, oh no, Mr. Clark, we really don't want to get out of the United States of America, but the federal government needs to come begging to us. It will give us the land that actually the federal government obtained, and we got through the federal government through the Enabling Act and these types of laws, but we want them to, the feds to come begging to us, Mr. Clark, and pay us. There's some outrageous stuff going on, so I will keep you updated on it, brothers and sisters. Again, I haven't been keeping you updated that well, and I do apologize, but like most of you, we have to pay our bills, and we can't do this full time. So please keep an eye on it. I will keep you posted. Whenever you want to look up a YouTube, I'm going to start trying to do them quite regularly in addition to Facebook and Twitter. And my handle here on YouTube is Leonard Clark. That's all one word. That way you can find me a lot quicker, because there are other Leonard Clarks, but they have a space in between their name. So my handle is Leonard Clark, all one word, Leonardclark. I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, and I know some of my Republican friends are watching, and if you happen to be a moderate, if there is a such thing left anymore in the Republican Party, then you can stop some of the extremist legislation by being there at the right time. We did have a handful of Republicans, but not enough to make a difference, because of a turncoat Democrat in the Senate that voted against the governor's outrageous draconian cuts. Oh, and I do want to finish off with this. A note at the city politics level. Last week on Wednesday, Mayor Stanton of Phoenix, 6th largest city in the nation, along with the council, unanimously passed at least $95 million for a well-known charter school here in Arizona, tax-free bond. So this well-known corporate charter school, they can call themselves not-for-profit or whatever they want, but they just hire a management firm, in my opinion, and the management firm gets paid to get around that not-for-profit thing. They got $95 million. They went to 9 individuals on the city council, while our public schools right now are being subjected to a tax by the state legislature. They're trying to make it harder to pass school bonds, but this well-known corporate charter school, again, after 2 years roughly, the city of Phoenix, unanimously usually voting for almost $500 million, just voted $95 million more tax-free of our tax dollars. And just to let you know, Mayor Stanton and the council, I believe that their lobbyists that they have working at the state legislature, lobbyists or more than one lobbyist, are working on a bill called House Bill 2323, which will get around, you know, the stigma of politicians now giving outright corporate welfare at the city level to developers, you know, tax-free, letting them build, and then we taxpayers taking it in the shorts for basically subsidizing huge businesses that are going to bring us so-called jobs. Well, House Bill 2323 is now enabling the Industrial Development Authority of Phoenix, and would enable other industrial development authorities, or otherwise known as IDAs, to allow shopping center developers to use tax-free bonding to build their shopping centers. So the reason is, oh, they'll make jobs, but no amount of jobs is quoted in the legislation, nor at what rate of pay. So they're going to let shopping center developers start using these tax-free bondings. I mean, why not? They've already done it. Sweet tax-free bonding, taking of the public coffers, from the public coffers, to the tune of $500 million for charter schools. So why not do it for shopping centers, developers? So thanks, brothers and sisters. I will keep you updated. If you smell a rat that looks like this, it can be a black rat or a white rat, please let me know. We need to point out the rats. And then I've got another cheap little prop here. Mr. Bill says, let me see here. Mr. Bill says, please let me know about the right-wing extremists and the sellout dinos who are making the other Democrats and the Democratic Party look bad. Please let us know, and let's get those bad Democrats out and put in good Democrats, and let's vote out the right-wing extremists. Okay, that was my cheap props. Those were my cheap props, the White Rat and Mr. Bill. So thanks a lot, brothers and sisters. Have a good evening, and I will keep you updated. Remember, Leonard Clark, all one word. I will start doing these YouTubes, hopefully, to keep you updated as much as possible. Have a good one.